5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems go with Josh Appelbaum starts now.
Hello and welcome to episode 402 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. I am your host, Josh Appelbaum. What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. A new week begins, but more importantly, the final week in November. You know what that means, guys, right? It's Thanksgiving week. So the holidays here coming up. Get ready for your Thanksgiving feast, family, football. Hopefully you have a little bit of fun, but one of my favorite weeks of the year. I will tell you guys a few things right off the bat. We'll not be doing a pod on Thursday or Friday. Thursday, I don't know if I told you guys this, but my in-laws moved from San Diego, California to New Hampshire, so they're hosting their first Thanksgiving. We'll be helping out going up there on Thursday, and then on Friday, I will be driving back home to Western Mass for my 20th high school reunion. Going with all my buddies. Should be an interesting time. And then my mom and dad and my sister's family lucky enough to agree to do our Thanksgiving on Saturday. So I'll be busy with those 2 days, but reminder, you can always read the Sharp Reports. We'll talk about the Thanksgiving Day games. Already seeing some line movement. Joe Burrow looks like he's going to play here for the Cincinnati Bengals. At one point that was Baltimore minus 10.5. Now it's minus 7. Maybe intrigued by the Cowboys. They were plus 3.5, 4.5. It's down to 3.5, and Juice can make it down to 3. And the line did move a little bit toward Green Bay at Detroit for that early game, plus 3 down to 2.5. So don't worry, we'll talk about all those games, but just want to give you guys a lay of the land because it is Thanksgiving week. But reminder, I'll still write the Sharp Reports on Thursday and Friday. Still have, of course, all the plays posted on the Juice Reel app if you want to support the pod. It costs $4.99 a week, $5 a week to get all the plays. Now, looking towards today, guys, we're going to wrap up NFL Week 12. We got a big Monday Night Football game here, Carolina and San Francisco. So do have a play on this one for you. It happens to be a Robo Jackson Best Bet pick with a Rhythm Sharp Mush Edge. And my buddy Dave Tooley, one of my mentors at VSiN, who I've learned a lot from over the years. He's with us on this one as well, so stay tuned for that. And then a couple plays in college basketball. They call it Feast Week. I don't know when this became a thing, Feast Week. Maybe it's Thanksgiving, but all you got to know is you got a lot of day games, a lot of these tournament games. So there's a big tournament called the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, Nevada. They got a lot of great games tonight. They're the most heavily bet games, ranked teams, but I have two plays, a couple neutral court spots here for the Players Era Festival and college hoops. So for tonight, we got NFL play and we got two college plays. As always, let's try to get 2 out of 3 and eke out a winning day. Now, looking back toward the weekend, guys, start off like a nightmare. 0-4, minus 4 units in college football. Gators were a play that we talked about on the pod. I ended up adding Nebraska, Kentucky, and Arkansas. All of them lost, none of them covered. So, obviously terrible, frustrating, annoying. But if you look at numbers that we got and where the lines close, we beat the closing line on every play. I know this is like, who cares? You lost the bet. Just, shut up and it doesn't matter. But it goes to show and tells me that we're reading the market correctly, and for whatever reason, these dogs are not barking. So, for example, Gators got them plus 4.5. They closed plus 3.5. They get rolled 31-11. I added Nebraska plus 7.5. They closed plus 7. They got rolled 37-10. Kentucky, I got them plus 8.5. They closed plus 7. They lost 45-17. Got Arkansas plus 9.5. Closed 8.5. Lost 52-37. So again, all those public plays. Again, if you look at the opponents there, with who is it? Tennessee, Penn State, and then Vanderbilt, and going off the top of my head here, Texas. All were getting like 70% of bets. Line was going away from them. Didn't matter. They rolled and covered. So that was a frustrating Saturday, but a nice NFL Sunday. 3-1 plus 1.42 units. Had the Bears on the money line coming through for the team. Non-conference favorite, both off a win. Take the favorite. Some books closed at minus 3, and they won by 3, and they made me sweat there late because they're up 2 scores and give up a score late to make it a 3-point game. But important thing there is money lining short favorites. Even if you got a 2.5, you would have covered that. But even if it was at 3, you won your money line. So the Bears came through with a really sharp, smart signal on the money line from Rhythm. Colts plus 3.5. Got a little nervous because that line ticked back up to like 4.5 in favor of the Chiefs, but Colts end up losing by 3 in overtime. Probably should have won that game, but they covered that number. And again, Rhythm had that closer to a 2-point game. The greatest play, and again, this is like, here we go again with the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like whenever I play them, they always let me down. When I bet against them, they do well. And I had the Cowboys plus 3.5. This is a play that we talked about on Friday's pod. And I was like, hey, the line's just moving toward the boys. We them boys. They open at one point, I believe, getting 4.5. Even some shops are closer to like maybe 5 or 6. Immediately got down to 4.5, then 3.5, then 3. And all the juice was actually leaning down toward 2.5. So the late money was really breaking toward Dallas. Dallas gets down 21-0. So I'm like, here we go again. What a joke. But before you're able to throw dirt on the grave of we them boys, Jerry Jones got the last laugh because the Cowboys, I tell you what, guys, my heart was racing. If you were watching that game when they had the punt where the idiot guy, I forgot his name, but the punt returner for the Eagles, he was at the 1-yard line. He should have just let the ball go into the end zone. Instead, he wants to be a hero, runs it out, and there was a great play by the Dallas guy who I think was an undrafted free agent, but he was a gunner. And he got crushed at the beginning, fell on the ground, got crushed again, fell on the ground, but didn't give up on the play, ran all the way down the field, caused the fumble, popped the kick returner, got the ball back. Cowboys were stupid because they should have just taken the points. Instead, they went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. But anyway, they end up winning the game 24-21. So the boys coming back from 21-0, coming up massive for the team. So that was great to see. And got CLV because it closed 3. 3.5 was the number we got. Only loser was the Saints. Again, letting us down there, dog to fave line move. But if you did play the Saints under win total, under 5.5, I guess that was a good thing. But again, Saturday, to me, when you beat closing lines and the public gets the last laugh, like in those Saturday games in college, I don't even really, again, it kills me to go 0-4, but I'm like, hey, I did my part, just they didn't show up for us. Now, if I were to get Gators plus 4.5 and they closed at plus 6 and then got blown out, I'd really be mad at myself. But diagnosed the plays correctly, just didn't come through. But a great Sunday in the NFL, 3-1 plus 1.42 units. So that was nice to see. And I believe, I don't want to jinx it, but 10-2, our last 12 NFL plays. Had a couple weeks that have been pretty good back to back. Anyway, guys, let's waste no more time because it is a big Monday. We got Monday Night Football. We got a ton of college hoops. So let's get after it. Now, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we got the Carolina Panthers at the San Francisco 49ers. Now, setting the table for this one, the Panthers come in 6-5 on the year. Remember, they came through bigly for the team last week. They were plus 3.5. They won outright at the Falcons, 30-27 in overtime. Meanwhile, the 49ers, 7-4. Mac Jones back on the bench. Brock Purdy's back. They beat up on the Cardinals 41-22 last week, easily covered as a 3.5-point road favorite. So what are we seeing across the market here? Well, this game opened San Fran around a 6.5-point home favorite. And early money certainly laid it with San Fran because San Fran and even some books I saw open -6, 6.5. Some books were 7, but got steamed all the way up to -7.5 with San Fran. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, got to respect the line move toward the 49ers. But does it fly through the 7.5, get up to 8? Or is there some sort of inflated resistance on Carolina where it's maybe coming back down? And that's what we're seeing across the board because now that it's gotten up to San Fran -7.5, if you look at the juice, it's all juice back toward Carolina, plus 7.5, -115, -120. So it tells me some resistance and inflated dog buyback on Carolina. Now the splits are kind of confusing because they look really good at DraftKings. Carolina's only getting 48% of spread bets, but 60% of spread dollars. However, Circa is showing 76% of spread bets, 92% of spread dollars on the 49ers. So again, the line moved to the Niners. Vegas has got a good split. But think of it this way. Pros got -6, -6.5. San Fran wins by 7. They win. You lay a late 7.5, you lose. So my angle here is I'm going to take the inflated primetime dog Carolina. And I'll give you more reasons why here in a second. But let's just look at our system matches. Carolina is a primetime dog. Those PT dogs are 19 and 17 ATS this year, 53%. They're 160 and 143 ATS, 53%, almost a 2% ROI since 2020. But here's where it gets a little better. If you only isolate the primetime dogs getting 6.5 or more, so your bigger primetime dogs, they're 7-5 against the spread this year, 58%. They're 60 and 43 against the spread, 58%, 12% ROI since 2020. Now, if you isolate just big dogs in general, plus 7.5 or more, They're 23-17 against the spread this year, 58%, 10% ROI. And if you go all the way back since 2004, that's as far as my database will go back, big dog 7.5 or more on Monday Night Football spot, big dog, they're 49-36 against the spread, 58%, 11% ROI. Then you get into some angles here with, first off, Bryce Young, 19-16 against the spread, 54%, 4% ROI as a dog in his career. He's 8-5 against the spread, 62%, nearly a 20% ROI as a dog getting 6 or more. Carolina, by the way, 7-3, against the spread this year as a dog, covering 70% of the time. Then you dig into Shanahan. Now, Shanahan's got some great numbers as a dog, but as a favorite, only 42-47 against the spread, 47%. He's only 20-27 ATS, 43% as a home favorite. He's only 17-24 against the spread, 42% as a favorite, laying 6 or more. And Brock Purdy, 8-11 against the spread, 42%, laying 6 or more. So Shanahan in this spot as a favorite, as a home favorite, as a big favorite of 6 or more, and Purdy as a favorite of 6 or more, well below 500. Flip it the other way, Carolina in the spot, obviously with Bryce Young, has done pretty well. Now, if you tell me you want to tease down San Fran, I'm not going to argue with you. 7.5 down to 1.5. You go through the 3 and the 7, so that could make some sense. But the other angles to me in terms of the side, let's go to Rhythm. Rhythm has 3 plays on Carolina, 2 of which are a Green Star recommended play. So the first one is Carolina plus 5.3. Second one is Carolina plus 4.1. Third one is Carolina plus 5.5. So even if you take the 5.5 and round up, 6-point game, Rhythm's saying basically it should be between a 4 and a 6-point game. You can get a 7.5. So there's some good value there. I also like the fact that when I popped open Juice Rail, I noticed one of the 2 Robo Jackson Best Bet picks, the AI generated plays. There's 2 plays that come out every day at noon. One of them is on Carolina plus 7.5. So the AI analytics from Juice Reel also like Carolina in the points. And I mentioned my buddy Dave Tooley. You can follow him on Twitter at ViewFromVegas. He's just an awesome dude. I read him back when he wrote for ESPN. I remember reading him in like 2011 when I first started working in the sports betting industry, but then joined VSiN in 2019. I met Dave a few times at the Superbook. Just an awesome, nice, cool, sharp guy. He had a write-up in VSiN.com where he liked Carolina plus the points as well. So I am taking Panthers plus 7.5. Now, shop around. A lot of books are juiced Panthers plus 7.5, minus 115, minus 120. I found minus 112 at DraftKings. So I did take the plus 7.5 with Carolina. The total I'm not touching because I got to respect that it rose 45.5 all the way up to 49.5. So a lot of money came in on the over, and the splits look good on the over. 45% bets, 57% dollars at DK, 46% bets, 88% dollars at Circa. But what I am worried about is it's moved so much to the over. Is there actually value to play the under here? Because Rhythm has us closer to a 47-point game. Primetime unders are 23-16 this year, 59%. They're 58% since 2019. You look at these high totals of 47.5 or more in a primetime game. They're 62% this year, 59% since 2017. Monday Night Football unders, 57% this year, 59% since 2019. And when a Monday Night Football total is 49 or more, the under is 62% since 2019. So again, if the pros got over 45.5, 46, 47, 48 even, let's say it lands 49, they all win, you lose because you got the worst of it. So I never want to get the worst of it. Getting the over would be the worst of it right now, 49.5. If you tell me you want to play the over because it's been consistently going up, I'm going to respect that. If you tell me you want to go the other way, sell high on a big move and take an inflated under, I also can support that. So anytime I can make a case for both sides, I think the best thing to do is lay off. So no play for me on the total, but I am going Panthers plus 7.5. Let's see if they can bark for us. Keep it close. Can you lose by 7 or less? Fingers crossed. Now, over to the college basketball slate. You guys might have some afternoon action going on right now, but I have a couple plays that I'm excited to sweat tonight. So, plays here are both the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, and they're both on, I believe, on True TV. So if you remember True TV, that's like, March Madness. You got to figure out what channel Truth TV is on. So you got to find that one again. But anyway, First one that jumped out to me, 8 o'clock game, Auburn Tigers, Oregon Ducks. Now, Auburn comes in 4-1 on the year. Just beat up on Jackson State 112-66. They're 0-6 on the year, though, so probably took care of business, as you should have. Oregon comes in 4-0. The big thing, though, is Auburn is ranked 21st. Oregon is unranked. So what have we seen across the market? Well, this game opened Auburn -4.5, -4. And the public says, give me the Tigers all day, because Auburn is getting 73% of spread bets in a heavily bet primetime game. So ton of love laying it with Auburn. However, Auburn opened -4.5, -4. You would think getting all this support, they'd be up to 5 or 6. No, the line's gone down to 3.5. So this reminds me a lot. If you remember last week, Michigan State in the points against Kentucky. What do we get them? 3.5. They closed 2.5. Unpopular, heavily bet game, sharp reverse line move. Same sort of thing here with Oregon. Public is all over Auburn, but the line's dropping toward Oregon. At DraftKings, only 27% of bets, but 56% of dollars are on Oregon. So great. Low bets, higher dollars, reverse line move, sharp play in prime time with Oregon. Unranked versus ranked. You can buy low, just like we do unranked versus ranked in college football. Unranked versus ranked is 31-22 this year, ATS 58%. I'm going to bank on Oregon's defensive efficiency, hopefully showing up. They're ranked 29th in the country versus 40th for Auburn. Rhythm has Oregon plus 3.1, so not a huge edge off of 3.5, but hey, lands on 3, we cover 3.5. Rhythm is also showing Juice Reel is showing a 10% sharp mush edge in favor of Oregon as well. And I know there is an injury. I believe it's Keyshawn Hall. He's their leading scorer. He's questionable, so I don't know if he's playing or not. I obviously would like him not to play, but maybe that's part of the reason why you're seeing this drop toward Oregon. Either way, everyone's playing Auburn. Line's dropping to the Ducks. So Ducks fly together. Let's go Oregon. I took the 3.5 with Oregon. You can get plus 3.5, -110 at BetMGM. But again, shop around because a lot of books are plus 3.5, -115, -120, and I actually see one book down to 3. So I'd love to see this get down to 3 or 2.5 across the board. But heavily bet game, everybody on Auburn, line dropping to Oregon. We have a sharp mush edge from Juice Reel. We got a Rhythm plus 3.1. I'm taking the Ducks in the points plus 3.5. Now, if you like Oregon, I think you probably like San Diego State. Now, this is the nightcap, same tournament, the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas. But we have San Diego State playing Michigan. Now, San Diego State comes in 2-1. They lost to Troy in double overtime, 108-107 their last game. Michigan comes in 4-0. And Michigan, they've been blowing people out, and they are ranked 7th overall. San Diego State is unranked. Now, this game opened. Most shops were Michigan, -7, -6.5. And the public is hammering Michigan. Better team, undefeated, ranked versus unranked. They'll easily win by, 10 points or more. However, even though 75% of bets are on Michigan at DraftKings, they're not up to 8 or 9. They're down to 5.5. So why is this line dropping toward San Diego State if everyone and their mother is on the Wolverines? Again, tells me smart money taking the dog and the points with San Diego State. At DraftKings, only 25% bets, but 54% of the spread dollars are on San Diego State. And at Circa, 71% of bets, 95% of spread dollars on San Diego State. And again, these games are in Vegas, Circa, based in Vegas. So maybe there's some hometown cooking there, hopefully in favor of Oregon as well as San Diego State. Hometown cooking, I mean the money that people are betting at Circa in Vegas aligns with these splits. Unranked versus ranked once again. So that is a 58% ATS system this year. Rhythm has San Diego State plus 4.8. So again, a little bit of an edge there if you're getting the 5.5. You look at Juice Reel, 15% sharp mush edge on San Diego State. I actually have a second play on, Rhythm, a 4.8 and a 4.2. And Ken Palm has San Diego State losing by 5. So all of these edges are telling you to take the Aztecs in the points. Now, hopefully the Aztecs, their three-pointer shot can fall tonight because they're actually 20th in the nation in shooting the three, 41%. Michigan, they're only shooting 33%. That's 199th. You always know Michigan State plays great defense. They rank 10th in the country in forced turnovers, 258th for Michigan. And maybe you're buying low. San Diego State losing to Troy. They have a one-day rest advantage and probably getting, coaches maybe riding them hard in the gym with this layoff here. What's that, a 6-day layoff? Versus Michigan coming off a blowout win. So maybe a buy low, sell high motivational play. But just like Oregon, San Diego State is very unpopular in a heavily bet game, and the line's moving in their favor. So I took the Aztecs, plus 5.5, minus 110. It's pretty much widely available everywhere. So Panthers, Monday Night Football, plus 7.5, Oregon, plus 3.5, San Diego State Aztecs, plus 5.5. Let's see if we can get 2 out of those 3 to come through for us. So that about does it for episode 402 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. This is the part of the pod where we wrap things up, and I start first by saying thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know you guys got a lot going on. It's Thanksgiving week. Holiday season is pretty much here. But you guys keep tuning in, keep listening, keep grinding these sharp plays with me. So that really means a lot. So thank you. If you'd like to support the pod, please would you give it a 5-star review on Spotify or iTunes. Click the follow button. Recommend the pod to a friend. Retweet the pod when I tweet it out. That would all be pretty awesome of you to do. Next, I mentioned the holiday season coming up. You're probably looking for a stocking stuffer or a gift for your uncle or your nephew or whoever. Well, why not get it out of the way? Get some gift giving early by going to Amazon.com and typing in the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook. It's my new book. Very proud of it. I also have another book called The Everything Guide to Sports Betting. You can actually get both for, I think, like $30 now if you combine them on Amazon. And if you want to get them half off, the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook, just go to the pinned tweet on my Twitter profile at Josh_Insights. Use the promo code CHEERS2025 directly from the Triumph Books website. They're my publisher. Instead of $24, it'll be $12. And if you want to really make my day, if you want to give it a 5-star review on Spotify, that would really, really, really be awesome. Next, have you downloaded Rhythm and Juice Reel yet? My 2 favorite sports betting apps. They help me win. They're going to help you win. By the way, we'll do our Rhythm Rundown live show on Wednesday, a couple days from now, because obviously we got Thanksgiving coming up here. But if you haven't downloaded Rhythm, do it now. Use promo code START25 for 25% off for AI-backed models and predictions for game bets and player props. And then if you wanted to download Juice Reel, a lot of great features of Juice Reel, but first one, you can get all the All Systems Go official best bet picks directly from the Juice Reel app. Costs you $4.99 a week, and you get every play as soon as I make it. Hopefully beat some closing lines. I consider it a tip jar. If you enjoy the pod and the insights, they're free. So get those best bet picks for $5 a week. You also get the Robo Jackson best bet picks, the Sharp Mush indicators, the arbitrage plays, the shop for the best line futures. So download Rhythm, download Juice Reel, give them a 5-star review in the App Store. And then if you don't have a live odds page, you need one. Got to be able to track the market, figure out what all these games opened at, where are they now, shop for the best number, identify steam, live scoring, live in-game wagering odds, and obviously with all-day college basketball right now, this is a page you're going to be glued to nonstop. So give Odds Logic a shot. They're the best live odds page around. Go to oddslogic.com/Josh123 for a free 7-day free trial and 50% off your first month of service. Also, go download Novig. Novig is a betting exchange, not a sports book, so you're going to get way better juice prices. So instead of getting -115, -120, you'll get -108, -104, +102. So you can win at the same rate as you would betting through DraftKings, FanDuel, all the other books. But because it's an exchange, you're going up against other bettors and not the house. So you're getting better juice prices, and you're going to actually turn a bigger profit. You can win at the same rate, but have a bigger profit because you're paying less juice. So download Novig, and when you fund your account, put in the promo code JOSH123 for an extra $25. So that about does it for episode 402 of the ASG pod on a big Monday, Thanksgiving week, of course. Reminder, whether I see you at the Borgata in Atlantic City, Twin River in Rhode Island, the Brook in New Hampshire, Foxwoods, or Mohegan Sun down in Connecticut, at the Encore in Boston, Plainridge Park Casino, MGM Springfield, the Nash, in my neck of the woods on the border of Nashua, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts, or out in the desert where the true grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found at the South Point, or Sweat and Sharp Contrarian plays jumping in the stadium swim pool when you cash a big ticket at Circa. You're going to walk up to me, show me a Bears money line, a Colts plus the points, but man, show me a Cowboys. I tell you what, guys, when they got that, I know they didn't score on that drive, but when they got that fumble back, I literally screamed out loud. My dog Meadow jumped up. She's like, what? She was sleeping. She's like, oh, what's going on? But man, great hit with the boys. That would arguably the best sweat hit of the year. Cowboys and the points there. But show me a boys ticket. First one's on me. Next one's on you. We'll post them at the book. Sweat Sharp Contrarian plays all night long. So as always, guys, whether we are coming off a 3-1 Sunday or a 1-3 Sunday, an 0-4 Saturday or a 4-0 Saturday, whether we're hot, whether we're cold, whether we're having a great week or a terrible week, a great month or an awful month, whether we're grinding, we just got to stick to it. We can't get down on ourselves when we're struggling. Like, again, you beat all these closing lines and the teams don't come through for you. You can't smash your hand through a window. You can't smash your TV. You just gotta stay even keeled, not get too high or too low, and continue to stay disciplined with our bankroll management, flat betting, risking one unit, and playing the system matches, which as of now, you might know by now, go something like this. Against the public, with the house, with the pros, flat bet, avoid parlays and get that CLV. If we can do that, we're going to be successful bettors long term. So go Panthers, go Ducks, go Aztecs. I wish everyone a great Monday night. Have an even better Thanksgiving week. Again, we got a pod today, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we will be off Thursday, Friday. But as always, guys, look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for episode 403 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. Good luck, everybody, and have a great Monday night.